So this, again, sounds exhausting just hearing about it. And obviously, you're the kind of motivated self-starter that anything you put your mind to, you're going to go all in and be about it. So why young adult novels? What keeps you writing? What is it that drives you and motivates you at this point?
I mean, I love young adult. It's just such a special time in someone's life. Like, you're really coming into your own and you're really forming who you're going to be as an adult. And I love that young adult books can still tackle adult issues, but you can do it with, like goblins and dragons and castles included, and that's why I love the fantasy aspect of it. In Tiger Queen, she deals with the difficult family relationships, with secrets, with losing her mom and trying to keep a promise to her mom, and trying to like be this strong character while realizing, hey, maybe it's okay to ask for help, to be that kind of person. And in A Touch of Gold, Princess Cora basically has anxiety, almost like PTSD after being turned to gold. She has a fear of gold. And so it's kind of, yeah, exactly. And so it's kind of like dealing with this anxiety in a fantasy world. And it's never called anxiety. It's never given a name because it is fantasy and they don't have, anxiety diagnosis in fantasy land. But, it does deal with that in a little bit of a way to say like, hey, okay, you can have these issues in YA that really affects your life, and you can learn how to deal with them, and maybe fight your own demons that you have in your own life. So that's why I love writing YA, and because it's just such a fun genre of really coming of age and finding out who you are.
Was there a book that did that for you that you clearly remember that finally turned your head and said, oh, if that has that kind of power, I want to do that?
I mean, I always loved Madeleine L'Engle growing up, A Wrinkle in Time. That was just such a fun book for me. I loved reading all of her stuff. Anything Meg Cabot. Meg Cabot's voice is just amazing. She's very stream of conscious type of writing, of just the characters leaps off the page, and I love that. And I'm just kind of like, oh yeah, I wanna do that too. I wanna write stories that excite people and help them deal with things, but are still fun adventures.
Annie, we are coming toward the end of our time. It always flies by so fast.
I know. I can't believe it.
I've got all the questions that I could have and should have asked that I just didn't think to ask because we spent so much time talking shark movies, but I regret nothing. That was fun. If there was one bit of advice, if you could go back and give to young Annie 8 years ago and say, hey, do this thing, this will make a huge difference, what would that bit of advice be?
I think it would be believe in yourself and don't give up, because I won't lie, there were a lot of times I wanted to give up. Looking for an agent is not easy. Getting published is not easy. It's depressing. It's a dark time because you're constantly be told, no, you're not good enough. You get these emails like, thanks for submitting, but no, and you're constantly wondering, am I good enough? Am I going to make this? Is this going to happen? Like I said, it can take years. I know someone who took them 10 books to get an agent. So it's definitely something that you really have to work at. So I would just say, don't give up. If you want this, don't stop with one book. Write 2, write 3, write 4, however many it takes to really reach whatever your goal is. Either if that's self-publishing, do that. If it's traditional publishing, then keep going. Find that agent. It takes the right agent at the right time. So really look into, what agent would be good for you. Find kind of like your cousin book, like a book that they represent that's similar to what you write. It's not the exact same because then they already have that book, but, something that's really similar. And that's kind of the advice I would give, is just keep going and don't give up, because it can happen.
I don't think we're going to get a better answer than that. That's beautiful. You nailed it. That's great.